Alright, hello, this is OoW, and it's pretty late at night. This isn't going to be a super long video, but I thought I'd throw something up about my new EverQuest love of my life, my low-level monk. Rafis, he has a persona. His main first class was Beast Lord, but it made a persona, which is kind of like having a alt character or whatever, and I made it a monk. And with personas, you can share certain things. I'm not going to go into super depth on that for this video, but I just thought I would like to share what I've learned so far about my monk. Using all Defiant gear, using the elegant stuff that's level 70. I made this guy with the intention of using him on Wednesday night raids for our guild. Wednesday nights we do sort of, I don't know if you want to call it retro raids or really kind of older raids. And I think right now at level 70 they're doing Omens of War or something like that. Raids. I never raided back in the day. Back then or before that or anything, so I've been on exactly one raid, actual raid, but here he is. I think he looks pretty cool. I think I might just do him all leather, like brown leather, instead of having the black accents like I tried to have here. I don't know. I'm just going to do the dye on him. I'm not going to have him wear any other ornaments that make his armor look really any different. So what I've learned though, so that's this is my monk. Say hello. All right, so I'm going to share some of the macros. This is all, I don't understand exactly what all these do. You can right click and you can read the description for what they do. And I still have a couple of macros I want to make. One a defensive macro and one a sort of DPS boost macro. And just pile on as many of these as I can into each macro with logic to the order, I suppose. But what I've discovered with the abilities, when they're maintain abilities, you can only have one on at a time. So that's kind of like a built-in sort of stacking, if you will, which could go really well for the defensive ones. And I'm not sure how many offensive ones. There's a couple offensive ones that have the effect that's sustained, and that's nice. I think they're going to work out well. It's just like throwing as many as I can on one macro kind of a thing. But I'm not going to do that now. What I have discovered, right here on my attack button, I've baked in the mend to try to train that up. I got it up up in the 180s for skills so far. I'm trying to have that maxed by Wednesday, so that I've FD and that maxed. Those are skills for a monk. There are some AA versions that don't depend on skill per se, but you start off with those as skills and you never really get rid of them. Mend, for example, gets enhanced through passive AAs and shortened also, but as far as the downtime for it. But anyway, so that was the attack macro. This right here is a pull one. You don't have to have any shurikens or anything like that. You're ranged. My ranged has your standard, a shard like this. It doesn't do anything but just give you extra stats. But if you use this AA, it's got massive range, 300 feet away. I think that might even rival bow range, really. It's crazy how far that can go. So a super short cooldown of 6 seconds, which almost takes that much time for the mob to even just get to you. This works out well though. It's for pulling. It's not for damage, just for pulling. My spam button, I got these two disciplines here. This increases the double attacks, and the Fang gives you a little boost to the next attack. Those are kind of nice to have. That boost can actually be pretty sustained. I'm going to go ahead and FD now. Well, before I do, I want to show you something. I'm just going to manually FD. This is the FD macro. I have a dismount here because earlier on in the levels, if you're on a mount, you have to put a dismount in. I think it might be different because the monks are skill-based versus spell-based, like a Necro or Shadow Knight. But all I know is that when I'm on my mount, it won't let me FD. So I put the dismount command in at the very beginning so I won't have to manually click off my mount to FD. It's just stupid. And this is the AA FD that we get. It gets a lot shorter than 11 minutes, but this is sort of the mid levels, and it's how it starts out. That's very similar to the Death's Effigy line for Shadow Knights and Necros. My first ability I put in was Feign Death, and that's the skill-based one. I have it maxed to 200. 200 is max skill. What I found out was that I'm just going to manually click this so I don't waste my irritate. So I'm FD right now. If you're prone like this, you can still mend. I'm not damaged, so you can see any health go up, but you can see I got a skill up on 183 skill in it now. I thought that was kind of cool. You get really messed. You're in a bad way, and you have to FD not just to pull, but to save your life. You FD, and you can hit your mend, which hopefully is up. And mend can really heal you for a lot. And I thought that was kind of a cool mechanic, so I'm sharing that with you. I'm gonna stay there so I don't aggro any bad guys. And what I did with this one, and this one, on these, I discovered through their passive AAs that give special abilities to your attacks and kicks. So far, Flying Kick and Tail Rake seem to be just pure damage. They don't seem to be trigger any special things. But for this, for example, I named it Snare Eagle. When you do the kick can proc a snare, a short-term snare that's not super, it's like 34%, but it's enough to sort of gain control of a enemy that's trying to flee. That is something I didn't expect that monks could do, and I thought that was awesome. Eagle Strike puts a debuff on the mob that lowers their attack rating, which 80 or 90 maybe? I forget what it was exactly. Trust me, I'm just going to kill a couple mobs so you can see some of these buttons in action. And this right here, the round kick will do a stun on the mob. Tiger Claw. Oh, wait a minute, no. Eagle Strike has a chance to trigger Tiger Claw. That's what that special is. I'm sorry, I was getting confused. This right here, this stun debuff. Kick will stun. Tiger Claw will debuff with the attack rating. I got it confused because Eagle Strike can also trigger a low damage Tiger Claw, but I've never seen the debuff be placed by that proc of Tiger Claw. It has to be you have to actually do the skill. So that's why this one made sense to me. So when I'm tanking more than one mob, I tend to use this on auto skill. Have those two going off. You can only have one type of kick or one type of attack going on auto skill, which is an automatic thing when you're doing melee combat. It does these things. And if I've just got one mob and I'm XPing or something, or maybe if you're in a group, I suppose, and mobs tend to run, and there's no other class that can snare it or anything, this might be useful. This is mainly for soloing, really. This is what I see. And this right here is definitely your DPS. You want to do as much DPS as you can. I imagine these two probably go pretty well. Flying Kick is legendary. Tail Rake, I'm assuming is probably a little bit more damage than Tiger Claw or Eagle Strike. I could be wrong on that. I might need to, if you want to, if you know which is better, then just kind of let me know in the comments. I mean, these are skills. You can't right click on these. You know, they're not AAs, they're skills. So you can't really, I'd have to look it up. I haven't looked it up yet. This is an aggro drop in case I'm DPSing and the tank can't hold aggro over me. This is a nice thing that I used to use in my Deep Beast Lord also, where you just feign death, slight little pause because of lag maybe, you stand back up and start attacking again. That's simple. It works really well. Hello, leopard. This right here is a discipline that helps you split mobs. At level 70, it goes all the way up to the even con 70s that will distract them, and then you can pull one of their buddies and they won't come. Let me see what the cooldown on that is. The reuse is 20 seconds. Duration is 12, so it's really only meant to take care of one mob. So it's limited. Do not pee on me, leopard. I see that look in your eye. You feel like you have to go, don't you? Anyway, just a little joke. Mend. Yeah, we already covered that. I also added this discipline, healing will discipline. I assume there's upgrades to that. This one's pretty weak. It's a pretty, where's it at? I think I have it on here somewhere. Healing will. It's 63. Well, it's not super weak. It didn't seem to really do a whole super well. It's only on a 5-minute timer though, which isn't that bad. So I have that connected to that in case Mend is down to try to help a little bit. Although I'm not sure if this could be triggered while FD or not. Let's give it a shot. It can. So not only Mend, what's this one? This one. It's on the same timer. Immune to most spells and grant a sudden burst of movement speed. Is that a defensive thing? Instead of a long cooldown. That's why I'm not gonna. That's weird that it says it's on the same timer 5, but it's got a much longer reuse than this one here. The reuse is 5 minutes. The other one's like 20 minutes. That's strange. I think. Anyway, so we just found out something together. The discipline and Mend can work. Cool. All right. Sit. I always like to forage a little bit when I sit. Forage will not work when I'm sitting back up from being in this position, and it will tell me, and it's just the way it is. And this is Master's Aura. Let me stand up here, go this way, try not to, and put the Master's Aura up. Right here, it increases dodge, parry, and riposte, if that's how you say it. As long as they stand it, so basically the whole group. And maybe people outside the group. I'm pretty sure outside the group counts too. All right. So I'm just going to kill a couple things here. Incidentally, I highly recommend this weapon for people in this level range. Sit right at a level 70 required, and this is a great monk weapon. This is the best weapon I have. The other two, for one-handed weapons, I have are Defiant, and Defiant are pretty notoriously bad weapons. Armor's good, the weapons are bad. This guy's gonna see me. I'm gonna do the pull. That's what the pull looks like. Hit number 3, hit the Dragon Fang as well as Fists of OoW. Let's go into town. What do I got going on here? Sweeping kicks. This 34% speed reduction. So I'm doing the kick, eagle, and the snare eagle. I should put eagle snare. I'm going to change that name. I got the healer up. Not that I need it that much, obviously, as you can see. And I'm not even going to, as you can see, it's very useful. Look at that. They're going to travel a little farther. That's why I don't mind if you're soloing. That's a really nice little combo to use. Let's just see if we can get more than one here now. We should. No. All right. Let's get that one too then. All right. Potentially got 2. And there we go. Starting. Now I'm going to hit 6, which is the stun debuff one. This changes it to roundhouse. You can see on the bottom here. Now I'm using roundhouse instead of kick, or round kick, and Tiger Claw instead of Eagle Strike. Fists of OoW, Dragon Fang, bada boom, bada bing. I like the animations better with the staff too than with the one-handed weapons. Attack debuff, which is going to be interesting, to 90. At level 70, a 90 reduction in attack power to an enemy is really nice. So now, what I've done here, I do that. Now, I don't want him to run away, so I'm going to hit 5, which is my Eagle Snare. I'm going to change the name of that. And now, as you can see, it's doing kick, and it's doing the Eagle Strike, and he's already slowed. And the attack debuff is still on him, lingering on. It'll fade. There, it faded. And we're rocking on here. And boom. It's pretty crazy, fun stuff. I'm going to change this name here while I'm thinking about it. I like to put the names and all, no matter what their function is, in yellow because it's easier for me to see. I am in my late 50s and my eyes aren't what they used to be. Flying DPS, not DPS flying. So, yeah, I think those names look fine to me. So let's see, there's that. I do have a little cool thing, this right here, which is kind of neat. Gives you fire feet, right? So let's kill something else. I'm gonna run and put the camera so you can see behind me a bit. And see it leaves look at that. It leaves fiery footprints in my wake. If I'm running around and people are following me, if I'm guiding somebody, that's very actually kind of nice. On the CT server, I knew a ranger that, let's get another group. You can see with all the kicks. Well, yeah, let's get another group of them. There we go, it's a pair. I'm gonna get 3. Now. Boom. Do that. I'm gonna do stun debuff. Why? Because I'm fighting 2, and as long as there's 2, they're not going to run. So these are social. They're both leopards. So I'd imagine if you happen to be in the lower levels, the monks can tank adequately for group content. So higher levels, I have my doubts. I've never had, but I remember back in the day we used to have. It was pretty common to have monks tank for a group, like an XP group or something. Now I'm gonna go back to the eagle snare. I already kicked him and got that proc, so there we go. I think kick probably has less damage than round kick, and round kick has less damage than obviously a flying kick. But as you can see, the animations when you're kicking with that. Oops, get back here. I just dig the animations for monks, man. They are just so cool. Let's do a flying kick one. It's just one. I'll switch it. There you go, boom. See a side view of that. Yeah. Actually, it's more impressive when you see the round kick with the fire feet. Alright, now I'm going to do the regular kick so I can get him snared. There we go. No, too far ahead. There we go. And so there we go. And that's my Monk Raphis. I will, this Wednesday, whatever day this is for you, we have sort of retro or older raids on the FV server, and I'll be participating in that for the first time. If I like it, I'll keep it going. If not, I may not, and I'll just keep leveling this guy up because he's so darn fun. He's also fun at this level, so, you know, who knows? I don't know. I haven't really decided. I just had an itch to do this, so this is what I'm doing. This is OoW. Thanks a lot, and have a good one.